Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a couple of different illustrations based off the prompt list that Minty Sketchbook wrote. This video will be done in two parts as I had way too much footage and I knew I couldn't edit it in one video, so I decided to split it. So yeah, let's get into the video. I actually forgot to switch on my camera, so I'm very annoyed about that. And I lost so I didn't have any footage of me actually laying out the sketch. But I did have a lot of footage of me rubbing things out, which is just great. I always feel like I have like 3 or 4 hours of footage, and then I look through it, and I say about 50% of it is me rubbing things out. I rub out a lot. But anyway, this was me trying to make an aesthetic shot of the fine liner I was using. I don't think it worked, I'm not even sure if you can tell, but it was a Carmine Red by Stedler, and I love this set. It's the only set of fine liners I have. I got them when I was like 8, and my grandpa got them for me. The only annoying thing is that when I got them, the black didn't work, so I don't actually have a black pen. I do have other black fine liners which I use, but I really wish I had a Stedler one just because I prefer them. But it does mean that I get to experiment with lots of fun, bright colours. And yeah, the prompt for this illustration was warm. So I wanted to go with a very warm colour scheme so you can kind of feel the warmth. Because I feel like a lot of colours make you feel warm, or they remind you of coldness, or they remind you of like night or day. You know, those kind of that connection between colours and a certain warmth or a certain time of day. So I went for lots of reds and oranges and yellows, and I really wanted to have this very, I don't know the word. Anyway, I wanted it to work well together. With this colour scheme, I needed it to work well together, and I think I managed this. I'll probably remember the words like when I'm finished this, and I'll be so annoyed at myself. But anyway, yeah. So once I was finished fine lining the majority of the illustration, I had to individually draw in bricks, which is lots of fun. I had to do this at school a couple of weeks ago, and I hated it. I hate drawing in individual bricks. I found it incredibly boring. I'm pretty sure everyone would though. Yeah, it's very repetitive, but it's kind of soothing, but like also just very boring. But I finished that, and obviously this footage is sped up, so that took about 20 minutes, but like, you know, you don't actually tell. And I did edit the colours of the footage as well a lot, so you'll see the footage changing colour a lot because I think it looks aesthetic, but also it probably doesn't. And I started off colouring this bright pink, and then I didn't like it. So I finished colouring it in, and this is the colour I wanted it to be. So yeah, I went over it with a kind of dark burgundy colour to like darken it, and I think the colour in the end was a very nice colour. So I'm happy with my decision overall, though I'm not sure the papers was very happy with me because I went over that some places a lot. I'm such a slow colourer. It's literally like I'm just doing these tiny strokes, and then it's so streaky. It's like you probably should go in circles when you're colouring in, but I always end up doing like lines like this, like, you know, like I'm patting a dog or brushing my hair or something. And yeah, it takes forever and it looks incredibly streaky. But it's a habit, so yeah. It always takes so long to like pick the colours, and so I picked the colours beforehand, put them beside me so I could have them. And then I went in with some shading, which I think was a bit too harsh, but it's okay. Everything's fine. I'm actually really happy with this. So I have been posting on Instagram every single day since I've got Instagram, which has been about 21 days. But yeah, so I did 2 illustrations before this, obviously for the 1st and 2nd of December. This was filmed on the 3rd. And so I posted them on Instagram, and I absolutely hated the first 2 illustrations of this month. I don't know what happened, but the faces were absolutely terrible, and I was having problems, and I wasn't really feeling creative, and I was just feeling just really bad about my art and everything. So yeah. So I decided to film this one, but I thought to myself that if I didn't like it, I would just delete the footage and pretend it never happened and try again tomorrow. But actually, this illustration turned out amazing. If you want to see all the illustrations, because I won't actually film all of them, because I feel like that would just take forever and everyone would just get fed up with me. So yeah, you can see them all on Instagram, but they won't be on my channel. I then did the trousers. I guess she's kind of wearing pajamas. So I know you're not supposed to do this especially when you're drawing like animals or drawing humans or something, but I didn't have a reference photo for this. I had a couple of reference photos for the background, which will be on my Pinterest if you want to see them. But for the character, I had this idea in mind, and I just couldn't find the right reference photo. And I didn't want to take a photo of me because I felt really stupid doing that. And also, I didn't know if I had the right setup in our living room to get this exact photo that I really wanted. And I don't want to move the furniture around because that's just a bother. So yeah, I didn't have a reference photo. This is a really long-winded explanation of why I didn't want to have a reference photo. But anyway, the only thing that I struggled a bit with the legs here and a tiny bit with the feet. I'm not great at drawing feet. I could have looked up a reference and just kind of changed it, but I was feeling lazy at this point, so I didn't. And yeah, I don't like the shoes that much, but I'm very happy with it. And then my camera ran out of battery and I forgot to check. I always forget to check my camera if it's still recording, and so yeah, you missed the bit when I was colouring in the curtains. That's fine. I just used like a kind of light brown colour, so it kind of went with everything else, and that was it, finished. And I'm speaking really slowly for how quick. I kind of really sped this up because I had literally 2 hours of footage, and this is only half of them. So I had 12 clips in total. And obviously, I decided to split them because there was so much of it. But there was 2 hours of this. So it was very sped up. And I feel like it wouldn't have been as long as if I wasn't procrastinating constantly and just looking at what's on YouTube and just going through Pinterest trying to find a better photo and just taking absolutely forever for everything. But anyway, yeah, there was a lot of footage. And it was such a bother to sit through and edit. And now I have to talk for 15 minutes straight because it's really boring just watching this go past and with just nothing. My camera moved. I do that. I knock the camera over. I just have a lovely footage of my tripod and my lamp, which is great. But yeah, the prompt for this was bells, and so I wanted to get that bell shape in as much as possible. But anyway, as I was saying, it's really boring to watch this footage. I feel like I digress. It's fine. Anyway, I keep just changing subjects really quickly and then moving back, so it's very confusing. Sorry, but I find it I think it would be very boring without any talking and with just music playing in the background. So I did that for a couple of weeks when I was finding it really hard to voice this over. But now I feel like I don't feel it's that weird anymore. So I'm doing it again. But I couldn't even sit through those videos. I don't know why anyone else would want to. So I'm going to try and talk all the way through it and not be awkward. But yeah. I didn't feel like colouring in this sketch, and I really liked it. I feel like when I like a sketch, I don't want to colour it in because, first of all, I often not bother to actually do the line out, and I feel like colouring things in without doing line art looks a bit strange. Though I did do it a lot more this past week because I was having to do so many because I have to draw every single day. And normally I kind of draw almost every day, but I normally have a couple of days off. But obviously for these 12 days, I would like to actually draw every single day. So I didn't end up colouring in every single sketch I did because I couldn't be bothered to line art it. And I also thought, do the line art, not line art it. That's not like English. And I couldn't be bothered to like do the line art. And also, I said and so much. And I liked how it looked, so I left it. And then I started another sketch, and I've been talking about that sketch for way too long, and this sketch has been going on for quite a while. I really like drawing with waffles, as you probably already know. And I like how she like designs her clothing like over the entire sketch spread. But I always end up really liking my first sketch, and then I never try anything else, and I just fell in love with just this tiny sketch there, the first one, and I loved the outfit, loved it. So I wanted to keep it as it was. So I was just doing different poses from Pinterest. Though I don't think I saved all of them, which is annoying, but anyway. Yeah, I was also really trying to make the dress look shiny, like a kind of satin colour, because bells are shiny because they're made out of metal. And I wanted to bring that into the thing, but I wasn't actually sure what I was doing. So later on, I just removed like the white line down and just leave it. And then I decided to draw her, like maybe when she first getting changed. She hasn't done her hair yet, so I do her with her hair down without her bows in her hair, and just in the corner of the page. I don't know what the pose is, but anyway. And then I felt like there was a lot of white space, and I didn't want to draw anything else, so I just put in some little bows, which is lovely. And this is going to be the last illustration for this week. I will show the rest next week, but if you want to see them before, check out my Instagram. Also, I forgot I did this, but I decided to actually colour in some of her hair because I felt like the contrast was a bit too much. So I coloured in the top right illustration a bit with her skin colour, which matches the dress way too much, and her hair, and I put in the bows, I think. Yeah, I did. Okay. And then I put these lines in, which I think looked really like sprinkles. So I don't know why. And then this is where I filled in that white space, which I didn't like, and then I tried to darken the outside to make it look less flat, and yeah, put in more sprinkles. They're not actually sprinkles, they were supposed to be lines, but it was kind of too filled for them to actually look like lines. And then in the second half of the page, I just went with the sprinkles. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye!